Good afternoon to all my grown folks. Welcome back to another episode. Today we're talking about surgical enhancements, hating yourself. Yeah, I said it. And not appreciating what God, the Creator, gave you, and not doing what you need to do to make your body and your image better, but going under the knife. We about to look into a little documentary I found of some sicko. Let's get into it.
She enjoyed injecting her patients with cement.
18 months she suffered with not knowing the full of what he put in her body.
She promised permanent cosmetic modifications, but she was selling tickets to their doom. She scammed hundreds of patients with her special treatments.
I have never, ever, or would dare ever to inject or have injected any human with any type of unknown substance.
However, her evil and insanity would end lives. O'Neill Ron Morris is a transgender woman who used to perform cosmetic surgeries in Florida, especially posterior augmentations. But one day, her disgusting secrets were exposed. She had a great reputation, and even sported her own augmentations, until her patients started falling ill, with immediate symptoms of infection. Some thought these were just side effects, and one day, tragedy struck.
You gave us your word that the product she was using was A1 products.
The symptoms began with intense pain in the area where the surgery had been performed. And then, the skin grew deformed. Therefore, her patients were analyzed, and construction materials were found inside of them, from cement mixes to glue, even tire sealant. All extremely toxic substances for the human body that forced them to seek medical treatment. But one of them couldn't get it in time.
My daughter died the most inhumane death. 18 months she suffered with not knowing the full of what he put in her body.
It was Shatarka Nubi, who fought against the symptoms for months until she passed away. And now it was Morris's time to pay for her actions. The cement doctor had to appear in court, where the families of the victims expressed their pain.
She got 3 kids. No remorse.
Everyone wanted she be made an example, and O'Neill had more than one crime under her belt. She had been reported in the past, not only because of her procedures, but because she didn't have a medical license. However, she would try to get away. She told the judge she was innocent.
I have never, ever, or would dare ever to inject or have injected any human with any type of unknown substance.
That these were all false accusations.
I have been found guilty by the media and outside sources based on lies.
However, the court had their verdict already. She was sentenced to 10 years in prison, plus 5 years probation, for the indirect crime of Shatarka Nubi and the accusations of dozens of women that admitted they had suffered terribly after being scammed by Morris.
As far as I'm concerned, 15 years is not enough.
Dr. Cement never showed any remorse. She just wanted to earn money with her scam, not caring about the damage she was causing.
There's no closure. Putting Duchess in jail won't bring her back. What would that do?
Shatarka's family will never forget the face of the woman who took her life, just because she wanted to be more beautiful.
My daughter died the most inhumane death.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it for yourself. They calling him Dr. Cement, and I missed that part. That this is actually a man sitting up here butchering. And you know what? He probably was jealous of real women and sitting up butchering and chopping on real women. You know what? I'm not even gonna go down that rabbit hole. No medical license, operating on people, and I know a lot of people like to advocate for people who get cosmetic surgery. Me, I'm completely against it. As someone with a medical license, okay. So let me at least tell y'all that I'm trying to like get away from that industry, but I've been in it for consistently for 11 years, but on and off previous. I do have a license, so I can talk. Okay, I'm not just even if I didn't, common sense, cosmetic surgery is so unnecessary. People going to slice themselves up to make these adjustments and change. Everybody ages, and we live in a day and age, especially in America, where when you age, you're shunned, you're put down, you're talked about, and people are so insecure. That's another thing. People let other people eat at their self-esteem and make you so insecure. To me, this is the type of stuff you were supposed to get over in your adolescence. You were supposed to accept your big this, your small that, because we've all been talked about, we've all been picked on, and we've all felt inferior when it comes to our attributes to some extent, right? Most people aren't completely comfortable with, undressed. So this dude sitting up here butchering women, killed somebody, injecting people with cement. Where they do that at? These backdoor, back alley procedures being done. Now I know this had gained a lot of traction some years ago. I know nowadays people are going like to the Dominican, Florida, different places, and actually dealing with real doctors. I think they dealing with real doctors. But the point is, you giving people infections, you making people sick, and people like basically volunteering themselves. They walking in the door giving you money because they got a flat ass, or because they got a big nose, or because society say you ain't looking like this and you ain't looking like that, instead of embracing themselves naturally for how the creator made them, instead of going to the gym, instead of eating cleaner, instead of drinking more water. There's people out here who don't even drink water, but you gonna go lay on the table and let some Negro cut on you. You ain't did their research, don't even know anybody with a professional license, a healthcare license, insurance license. You can look that up. That's public information. All you need is a name, and you can look up their license number and see if it's any flags or anything on their license. But I found this to be very disturbing, because I'm like, here are our people dying for a butt.
There is powerful niggardry
Just
at
think
work
about
here.
that. Our people dying for breasts, mostly butts though, butts and hips. All these girls who ain't got no butts feeling jealous and envious because butts is in style, and they dying for it. But I got one more clip from y'all to bring it up to more current times.
When I woke up from the BBL, I was screaming like, oh my God, what the fuck did I do? Because it hurted so bad. It was the worst pain I ever had in my life, no lie.
Oh, are you serious?
Worst pain I ever experienced.
Like non-stop, or it
Like
come in waves?
So listen, once you wake up, you have to go get your own prescription. They prescribe you Percocet or hydrocodone. Mind you, you have to go get your own prescription. You got to wait 30 minutes to an hour for them to give you the prescription. So you're sitting there hurting for that long, and this pain is unfucking bearable. So you just sitting there waiting on your medicine. When you get your medicine, it's kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie. Once I got my medicine, I was walking around same day, blah blah. But it was, once I got home, it was cool as long as I had that little faja on. As soon as I take that faja off, it's like I swell up, I start hurting. It was just a pain that I don't want to go through again.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
All right, you heard it for yourself. Our people will do anything for these bodies, these unnatural looking bodies. Most people, even celebrities, to me, most people who get it, they don't look like themselves no more. You could tell they got something done, and it always backfire. Very few people get it and look better, or they don't have no issues with it. And as 100% natural woman, I'm completely against this. I'm not trying to like dog nobody for getting it, but I'm trying to tap into more of like the common sense. These people don't care about you. They'll just chop, cut, butcher on you. Don't give a damn about your quality of life.
Nope.
That's a term used in the medical field. They don't care nothing about your pain because pain is subjective, right? They can't feel it. But just the brainwashing, the destruction of our minds, where we are as the people. If you don't have a big chest, you need to go buy you one. If you don't have a big butt, if your nose too wide, you need to narrow it. I mean, it's chicks getting they eyebrows permanently tatted on. It's a thing called permanent makeup where you get makeup tattooed on your face permanently. Like, the natural woman is becoming so far few and in between. Men are having trouble with differentiating between women and transformer, because so many people want to transform. Then you got men who transform, so real men are confused by real women. You know, people are saying now when you go on your first date, you need to go to a swimming pool.
And you know this, man.
People are saying your first date you need to go on with a new person need to be a swim outing, just to make sure the person ain't capping and catfishing, because the artificial is in style. You know, everything that's unnatural is what's in style and it's desired by women doing it for other women. You have a small pool of men who actually like them build a bitch bodies in, or you have men who just penetrate it. And you know how dumb women are. If he sleep with me, he must like me and my big plastic booty. And it's like, no, but he a man. Some of them will still hit it, plastic and all. So these are just two clips that I wanted to show, just to show our people that, one, this is so risky. You are really putting your life on the line. Why don't you save that for when you really need a surgery, when you need to give birth, bring a child into this world, you have to have a surgery. Or if you got into, you know, a car accident or something really traumatic happened to you, versus I wasn't born with no big ass, so I'm going to go buy me one. I'm going to take $5,000 and go to DR or go to Florida or somewhere, get a botched surgery. Body don't look no better than it did before you went. They taking fat out your stomach, putting it in your behind and in your hips, fat out your arms, fat wherever they can get it from. Body ill-formed, you know, shaped all crazy. And if you're doing this in your 20s and 30s, what is you going to look like in your 40s and 50s? They setting our people up for disaster. Our people taking income tax money, taking their work checks, and going and catching a flight to. And you heard what the lady said. Y'all know that y'all been seeing the videos where chicks sitting on their knees, chicks all taking up all of the wheelchairs at the airport because they in pain and agony. You can't sit down for a month, 2 months, something like that. God forbid you get an infection and you just waiting to heal. You know, I'm talking scars from all the way across, up and down, reconstructing belly buttons, just absurd.
Come on, man.
You know, I'm a firm believer in, you got two types. You got big chest and you got big butt. Very few women get both. So you need, if you ain't got no butt, then you need to get you a titty man. There's plenty of them out here.
All right.
You know, but our women are, we're being so brainwashed by society and the media, what they tell us that we need to do to ourselves. I would never. And I'm not the most beautiful woman in the world, but I have enough confidence and self-esteem and self-respect to not let somebody convince me to take my money and let them butcher me.
I'm different. Yeah,
all in the name of trying to perfect my body. But anyway, this has been another episode of Grown Folk Talk. Y'all leave me a comment, like, subscribe, share the content, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Thank you.